I remember like this is around middle school time, and I was like, you know what? I'm done being fat. I don't want to be fat. So I made a commitment to myself that I wouldn't eat sweets. And for a number of years, I forget how long, but it was like a number of years, I only ate sweets once a year on my birthday. I did not eat candy on Halloween. I did not eat chocolates. I did not eat a single one. Like all of my family members, friends, they'd have these birthdays, they'd have cake, and I would always say no every time because I was able to tell myself, hey, no, I'm not going to do that. And I mean, it changed my physique. Then I started playing football. I started learning about the gym, started learning about working out, the things that I was never told about because I was always told, hey, if you just become a doctor, you're going to magically be healthy. I don't know. But that was like that first mental discipline that I gave myself. But then it was also, I mean, it goes down into the business side because then when I realized that, hey, I want to do this entrepreneurship thing, it takes time. You read business books because like I didn't have a mentor. I was just reading books, and every book talks about how it takes time for your wealth to compound and grow. You have to start somewhere. And that didn't turn me off. We talk about building wealth, building long-term wealth, and every time in the comments, people are always like, oh, 10 years? 10 years to see my money compound? I don't want to do that.
Right.
I don't want to see my money compound over the long term. I want to see the returns next week. And I never really felt that way. I always kind of felt like, okay, like if it takes the long term to build wealth, I will do that. Like I'll do, if it takes a long time, I'll put in that work. Mm-hmm. And to me, like that was never a bad thing, that long term mentality. So I never really struggled with that. I think because I just had that discipline of understanding that, hey, small steps make a big difference over the long term, right? You keep putting in the baby steps. You put a little bit of money aside for your investments. You keep doing that. So then I had the discipline to understand that, whatever it is that I'm doing, I got to understand that I'm doing this for the long term. And that became especially useful when I'm starting businesses that I don't know what I'm doing and I'm failing in them or I'm turning them off. My first big business was that event planning company in college. Mm-hmm. But I hated the industry. I hated the event planning business. I hated the entertainment industry. I hated working with clubs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So I don't like that industry. So now when I turn that off and I have to start all over, I had the discipline to understand, hey, this was a part of the process. Now, I didn't say like this is just a part of the process. I was upset. I was frustrated. Mm-hmm. But I knew that like this is something that I got to do. So then I started another one. I was selling real estate, and I knew that it was hard. I was like, you just got to keep doing. You got to keep learning. When I was wholesaling real estate, like imagine this, for 4 months, I invested $3,500 in a course to learn how to do it. Month number 1, 0 sales, 0 leads. Month number 2, I'm working my butt off, 0 sales. Month number 3, 0 sales. Wow. Month number 4, 0 sales.
A lot of people would have quit.
Yeah, but I kept going, and it wasn't until month number 5 that I made my first sale. And it was that I started making good, decent money after that. But again, it was that discipline that I had that I was like, okay, I understand that it's going to take me time. And even building my future businesses, like I understood that, okay, I don't need to make the money today. It's going to take time. I got to let things build. I got to let them grow. I got to keep putting in the effort, right? I'm working hard in these things, but I had that discipline to do that. And then it was also the discipline with my finances, where like financially, like if we talk just strictly financially, I was blessed that I had the ability to do that. And I think it's because I had the ability to see long term. Now, imagine this for a second. Like I'm 17, 18, 19 years old. I got this party promotion, event planning company. My name is on like one of the biggest clubs on campus. They have this big flyer on the door talking about their college night, and I am the person to contact. Mm-hmm. Like people know who I am. I'm friends with like the DJs. So like it's kind of like, oh, the cool people. Now, I was never like that cool person. I was always a weirdo. The people that know me know that I'm a weirdo. But, it's just like that perception. And all of my, like, those friends in the entertainment company, in the entertainment business, all my DJ friends, all my party promoter friends, all these guys are blowing money on their clothes. I remember going to the mall with these guys, and, like they would spend $200-$300 on a belt. Wow. I was like, what the heck? Like, dude, I can get a belt from Walmart or Meijer for $7. You guys are spending $200-$300. Are you out of your mind? And like, I remember I would go to the mall with these guys and they would spend so much money and I wouldn't buy a single thing. I was like, no, I'm not spending money on this. They would have nice cars. I was driving a beat up car. You know, it's like they were spending money just on the way they looked. But for me, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like I started learning about investing. And so I was like, I'd rather invest my money in these things called assets. And I told them about it. I was like, you know what? I bought my first rental property. And they're like, why would you want to do that? Like, you know, it's like people don't get it. And so I had that long-term mindset of understanding, hey, I'm not working for today or tomorrow. I'm not just trying to look cool today. I'm trying to build this wealth. And most people don't understand what that means. They don't understand the possibilities of that. And even if they do, they want to see the instant gratification where, okay, yeah, I want to become wealthy. If you ask anybody, do you want to become wealthy? Everyone's going to say yes.
Right.
But who wants to actually put that sacrifice in, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year? After a certain point, it gets hard. One of my friends, I talk to him about this all the time. He says that, you know, it's hard for me to do that because I can never see the light at the end of the tunnel. I need to see the light. Like I need to know I do this, this, and this. What am I going to get out of it and when? They need to see the answer. And when you talk about financial investing, you don't have that answer. You might not get it. So you're taking your income today that you're working hard to earn. You're putting it aside towards your investments, hoping it's going to build you wealth, but you don't know when it's going to be. You don't know how long it's going to take, and you don't even know if it's going to happen. And for a lot of people, that's scary. But for me, that discipline, once I started learning about it and I started seeing the possibilities, it aligned with my goals. And that, I think, you have to know what is your goal. What is your reason for wanting to succeed? And once you know that the process becomes a whole lot easier. Because for me, I wanted to become successful because I saw what my parents went through. I saw what my grandparents went through. I saw that hustle, and I wanted to give back to my family, and I wanted to take care of them. That way they could enjoy, you know, all the sacrifices they made for me and my brother. So for me, like, I knew that. Now it's like, you know, I want to take care of my parents. I want to take care of my wife. I want to take care of, like, these things are deep in me. Like, I want to take care of my people. And so I know why I want to do it. And because I know that, like, making the sacrifice is not that hard. Because it's like, shoot, of course, like I'd rather sacrifice what I drive, what I wear, and like the way I look for that. And it was funny. It's kind of a funny story. I was talking to somebody about this. Is nowadays, people just assume that I'm spending a lot of money because I'm Jaspreet Singh. You know, we were out in Vegas, and you know, I was talking to these guys. Like, they were like, "Oh wow, man! Like that suit." That must be so expensive. How much did you pay for that? $3,000? I was like, no, man, I got it from J.C. Penney, the J. Ferrara rack, $135 top and bottom. What are you talking about? And so it's like, man, people just assume. Like nowadays, I don't even need to spend. Like I can go and spend $15 on a watch. This is a nice watch. My wife got this for me. This is a Shinola rep in Detroit. But, you know, it's not a $20,000 watch. But I'll wear my my other one. I got a $250 watch. I like watches, though. You know, I don't have a problem spending money on nice things. I have no problem with that. But I got a $250 watch. Love the watch. And people will, like, say, oh, my God, dude, how much was that? Like 15 grand? 25 grand? Oh, man, I paid $250. Right? What are you talking about? And it's like people just assume now. And so it's like, it's funny. I don't need to spend money for people to think that I have this nice things because, oh, you're just pretty thing. No, I'm not spending money like that. I'm spending money to buy real estate. I'm spending money to buy stocks. I'm spending money on my startups. Like I'm spending money on things.
Just the things that
matter to me, right? And so it's that financial discipline in that sense. Now, I do want to give a little premise here. There's nothing wrong with spending money on nice things. Like there's nothing wrong with spending money on luxuries, liabilities, things that lose you money. There's nothing wrong with that. I want you to have all the nice things. That's why you're working hard. Like there are certain things that are nice to me that I really like that I do splurge on. But you got to make sure you can afford it first, right? You want to go and buy a Beamer? Fine. I like Beamers. Buy a BMW, buy a Rolls Royce for all I care. I don't care. Just make sure you can afford it. And that's the key. And that for me, that was that realization that, oh my God, I can afford it If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide that goes over what passive income is, how to start generating passive income, and different passive income strategies. These are things that you can start doing even if you don't have a lot of money. So if you want to read this free guide on how to start generating passive income for free, all you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.